Hi, good morning. How are you? I heard this morning something funny that would blow your mind. Donald Trump had took some of the swing states this morning. I warned everybody that this was going to happen, that nobody can beat a Trump. And the reason why is because God chose him from the Bible. And it says in the Bible, and the Trump will blow his horn. And the fun thing about it, people don't listen to what the Word says. Well, if you believe in what God gives you every day, and He holds ourselves together in our hands every day. Have you ever heard that song? In His hands, He's got the whole world. He does. But in His hands, sometimes that world is separated by the evilness and the meanness and the people that kill people for no reason. Jealousy is what it is. So let me show you something again that someone showed me about 5-6 months ago. A black guy came to me and said, "Hey, let me show you something." I said, "What?" Has something to do with a dollar bill. It will tell what the next president's going to be. Funny thing, when I first seen it, I about flipped. It set goosebumps on my back. So let me show you. There are 4 11s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright? They all represent the numbers of what's going to happen this year for president. Alright, if you take the top 2, you get the number 22. You get 22, and the bottom you get 22. So the top 2 becomes 22. But the fun thing is, the first top 2 becomes Kennedy's name, John F. Kennedy, 11. But you're just going to use John Kennedy, not F, just John and Kennedy. Gives you 11. The weirdest thing on the bottom is 22, the month that he was killed. The crazy thing about it is the K is the 11th letter in the alphabet. The silly thing about it, if you look under the K, it says Dallas, Texas. You see it? Ain't it weird? Dallas, Texas. See it?
City Energy? Yes. Sugar car crash? No. And now you can also fuel up with new Atkins Lift protein drink.
The following message is brought
So that gives you 4. One by its name, the K, the 11 at the top, and 11 at the bottom. That's 4. How many years does a president get? 4. Ain't that weird? 4. Okay, now, the next number comes into play as 11, 11, and 11, and 11. Who holds that number 11? That answer is Barack Obama. Barack is his first name, B-R-A-C-K, Barack, and his last name is Obama, O-B-A-M-A. 6 and 5 is 11. If you add all 4 11s up, you get the number 44. Barack Obama is our 44th president. Are you kidding me? How did it come in with the dollar bill? Is that weird? So anyway, we were talking about the K. Barack's last name begins with the K. B-A-R-R-A-C-K. Kennedy's last name starts with the K. With the K from Barack comes the Kennedy by the K of Kennedy's last name. Now that's weird. Now, let me show you something. On November 4th, he becomes our president. But on November 5th, you don't believe me, go look at yourself. In the Illinois lottery, the pick 3 was 666. The crazy thing about it, Ronald Reagan had the same number by his name. Ronald Wilson Reagan. Go look. 666. Are you kidding me? A dead president was marked by his name, the words, and one's marked by the numbers. And the weirdest thing about it is Donald Trump's birthday is 6/14. You see what they just opened up in Louisville, Kentucky? Noah's Ark. Ain't that weird? And 6/14 is in Genesis. It tells you in Genesis, in the book of Genesis, it says, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. And the weirdest thing about it, in the beginning, God created heaven and the earth. And the number 14, 13:14 says, to build the ark. See it? Isn't that weird? 14. Donald Trump's birthday is 6/14. Donald Trump is 69 years old. Okay? Reagan was 69 years old when he ran for president. Donald Trump is 69 years old. Noah's Ark. He had his son, his wife, and his daughter. The same thing with Ronald Reagan. The son, the wife, and the daughter. The weirdest thing about this, and the serious thing about this, so did Reagan. So we got where Noah was told to build the boat. We got where Reagan was told to tear down the wall. Now we got a man that's coming forward that says we're going to put a wall back up to keep the bad people out. Well, see, this was supposed to be done a long time ago. These people didn't have the money to do it. But see, Donald's first name is Donald, D-R-O-N-A-L-D, 6. And his last name is a 5. 6 and 5 is 11. The funny thing about it, Donald Trump's last name is Senior. On the back of a $1 bill, you got 13 sevens. See, and they're all hiding here. 13 of the Star of David, the 13 in the pyramid. You got the 13 here, up here of the stars here. You got the eagle's legs and feet. See them? The eagle's legs and feet show the 13. There are 7 13s on a $1 bill. And it's kind of funny, the last one was a shield on the front of the dollar bill. See it right there? That is the shield on the dollar bill. And the weirdest thing about it, if you bring them both together, you can see the shield and the pyramid all on the back together as one. You can see it as one. But if you look very close, you can see another seal beside, and by what's his name? It's the new moon. See it? 1, 2, 3. See the crest moon? It means it's going to be fulfilled. Now the funny thing about it, if you look over here, you can't see nothing, but you can see an octagon. It looks like a star. See, it looks like it spreads around the dollar bill. It looks like an octagon. See, it looks like shining stars. It's the same thing that was on Jesus' head when it started shining out of his head. So the weirdest thing is, Donald has 4, and he has 6 in his first name and 5 in his last name. That gives him 11. Now the funny thing about it, there was a book that came out. Are you ready for this? What is Donald Trump's middle name? It's John, isn't it? And I thought that was funny. 11 presidents back. So the funny thing is, when I seen it, I about flipped. Look at this. November 22, 1963. And who was the guy that was killed in Dallas, Texas on November 22nd, 1963? Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? And the funny thing about it, the dollar bill shows all the signs that Trump is coming. The funny thing about it, the dollar bill I have in my hand, the date of it, look what the date is. Watch this.
Thanks, Pete. You got it. All right, say it ain't so. New trouble for DNC chairwoman Debbie Wasserman.
Hold on.
One of the most powerful Democrats in the country, working behind the scenes to replace her. A little infighting there. Then, in the wake of violent protests nationwide,
Fun thing, it says,
Watson says there's been times when Black Lives
right beside of it, 1963.
earlier out of the plaza. Now he's here in studio
See it?
to explain why. Next.
1963. See it? And the funny thing about it, it's right there, 1963. The weird thing about it is he also showed me this. Bringing it together are the two eyes.
If you need advice for your business, LegalZoom has your
The government
A trusted network of attorneys is provided
and the people.
100,000 people just like
And right between you, you can see something weird.
legal help you can count on. LegalZoom
Isn't that weird?
is here.
So if you spread it out and bring it together, it does this. The G. Ain't that weird? The G, the government. Congress are top of the I's up here. So when you vote in November, vote for Donald Trump. I also was showed one other thing that was really funny. If you look at the name Donald, McDonald's, on the McDonald's sign, out on the pole, and you take off the Mick and S, McD's, and SD out the back of, take the Mick and the S, possibly S, what do you get?
Black Card. Visit luxury.
This morning, you don't believe me, but this morning on TV, listen to this.
When you were 13, to be a rock star.
Donald Trump has got the swing state by 22%. The same number that I revealed on the dollar bill. And it's so funny, it's weird, but people just don't want to talk about the things you tell them. They don't want to see what you tell them. They don't want to understand what you tell them. And the weird thing about it, everything that Donald Trump's doing is starting to come in play. Now here's the weird thing about it. What date are we supposed to vote for the president? The answer is November the 8th. Look at this. You have 11-2 over here, there's 4. You got the other 2 over here, it's 4. It's 8. Last time we voted for a swing state president was Bush. And he won some of the states, but he didn't win them all. But he won some of them. And the funny thing about it, and the weird thing about it, and it's crazy, but here we had all these polls for about a couple weeks ago. Now what happened that people didn't understand? And it was really weird that people didn't see all the things that were happening. And if you believe in God, God can make any miracle happen. Any miracle. And the weird thing about it is sometimes people don't look at it as this or that. But I want you to listen to what this lady said. That Donald Trump's got the swing state by 22. Now listen to this. By 22%, people believe that Donald Trump will win. What's this?
We have a Fox News alert for you. We have some new polls that have just come out. These are the latest Quinnipiac polls, and it looks like Donald Trump is winning in the swing states, at least the majority of them. He's winning in Florida, Pennsylvania, and then they're tied in Ohio.
This is a pretty big turn for Donald Trump, and of course, the Quinnipiac headline on their website as they released these polls with honesty was the core issue here, and seeing some of these big swing states swings for Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. 3 points there in Ohio, a big swing there, and also in Pennsylvania.
What's so important about this, we oftentimes see national polls. Here's Pennsylvania. Again, he's gained, looks like 4 points total there. We see national polls and people will dismiss them. You can't dismiss Florida, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, which are all within the margin of error. And a massive swing in Florida, I think, is going to be the big headline here. And when you look at the undercard on independents, a 22-point swing away from Hillary Clinton toward Donald Trump. She led significantly in that group.
Did you just hear that? A 22-point swing.
For Hillary Clinton. You had all the
what number did Kennedy get killed on?
A lot of things came down.
22.
Seeing through it.
And Pennsylvania was in.
That's crazy.